Hey guys, on this episode of Ghost Poppers, we're going to review the new Masters of the Universe Origins Stridor. Let's get into it. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to look at the Masters of the Universe Origins Stridor. Now before we get started, go down there, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and then ring that little bell for notifications so you'll know whenever Ghost Poppers drops another video. Now before we get started here, let's take a look at this box. Now, if we know out of any toy line pretty much ever made, and there's been some great toy lines out there, but you have to understand that just Masters of the Universe, the packaging is just out of this world. I mean, when you see it on the shelves with this beautiful works of art, you just can't help but just be gravitated towards it. It's just amazing. So before we get started, let's take a look at this. We got He-Man up here. And there's actually, it took me a while to figure out what the silhouette was, but that's actually Sunman. Of course, we got Fisto over here, and we've got Skeletor. This beautiful artwork that continues all the way around the box. And if you guys have collected anything in this Masters of the Universe Origin line, you just don't want to throw these boxes away. I mean, they are literally just works of art. Now, I am an opener. I got this one at Target, and unfortunately, this was the last one left, and I had FOMO, and I was like, oh, I don't want to miss out on it, so I ended up buying it anyway. The box was dinged up, and it's hard to tell. Let's see, right here, they put a sticker on it. It was going to be originally somebody site to ship to the Target, and they didn't come pick it up, so they put it out on the shelf. Now, I was very fortunate enough to get a discount on it, and I'm an opener, so the box ding wasn't a big deal. The figure was okay, so it was a good deal, good plus, and I'm really, really glad I got it. So let's open this thing up and check it out. All right, guys, now that we've got Stridor out of the box, we can get a better look at him. First thing I notice is also, just like everything else in this Origins line, the colors are just amazing. They're true to their original counterparts, but they've just taken those colors and really notched them up a notch. And also the small details in it, not only in the molded plastic, but even the paint apps, even like where they've gone over here with the like brushed aluminum paint inside the legs down to the hooves. It just looks really well. Now, first thing we're going to look at here is the articulation. Of course, we've got these multiple ball joints in the head. You can go up and down, left and right. Even the head itself turns. Even they've added his mouth here, and I'll show you why that does that here in a minute. But the leg joints are great. Both of his front legs have these nice swivel joints that give you just unlimited play and unlimited posability. The back legs have a harder joint. It's like you can hear that pop. And the cool thing about it is that they're so stiff in a way you could almost pose him in a way that you could get him just to stand up on his own, which is great for when you're putting him up on the shelf or displaying these guys. It's awesome. Also, it makes just great fun to play with as well. Let's get him back into his known position. But he just looks great. Now, over here, I actually have an older Stridor. This is a somewhat childhood survivor. He's missing a lot of his pieces. You've seen a lot of play, but the first thing we notice is no articulation. I mean, it was just basically a static figure that you could hop around. Head can't even move. It was just solid, but it's still a great toy. And as we put them side by side here, you can just see the amount of detail and the amount of love that have gone into these, especially with the colors and the paint apps and the extra molds on it. These things just look fantastic. But let's sit him over here to the side real quick. So real quick, let's look at what he comes with. Now, the first thing that I got on here was his laser cannons, laser guns that we put up here, and they swivel up and down, up and down. And I was very lucky. Mine are pretty straight. I've noticed a lot of people getting these where the plastic has actually been bent in a little bit. It almost looks like if they fired, they would actually shoot poor Stridor in the head. He's also got his back cannon here, which is very nice. So for accessories, he comes with these blue translucent plastic. It's kind of softer, kind of harder at the top, but softer blue translucent plastic that you can put on there, like looking to make it look like fire. And all they do is they just kind of slide on there. Let me slide this one on here, which is really great if you guys are like posing these things out, making them look so you can actually kind of make it look kind of like a battle scene, like he's actually like riding and firing at the same time, which is really cool for your display. Probably when I display mine, probably won't have those on there, but it's just great, especially for kiddos who are playing with it, using their imaginations to go into battle and have wars. It also gives us an option of 2 headpieces. So the first headpiece is the standard Stridor, kind of orangish red headpiece. These are kind of like a molded rubber plastic, and it just fits right over. It uses his ears, kind of uses as a holding point, and it just sits on there really nicely. It's got a little wiggle to it, but it's not going to fall off or go anywhere. Now the second one is a little bigger. So for those of you that follow the MOTU line, we know that this is basically the armor, or head sculpt armor for Night Stalker. So I think this is just a little tease of what's to come, but we can go ahead and slide this on our Stridor here. Like I said, the ears kind of hold it on, but it gives him like a real menacing kind of look, which is really cool. I really like that, and the detail on those is really good. Probably when I'm going to display mine, though, we will keep the kind of the OG classics Stridor helmet. Another good thing it comes with is he has his own kind of like string, and you actually got a little bit in here that rotates. So I'm assuming that's why they made it where his mouth can open. So that can just slide right in there, and he holds it on pretty tight. And see, it's tight enough where you can actually pull the string back. But this kind of pulls back, allowing your characters to be able to hold it. Now, the only thing with that is there's not a lot of characters that actually have 2 like hands that actually have kind of like the grip pose that you can actually grip and hold on to it. But maybe for kids playing with it, it's cool. For me, you know, as a display piece, I probably won't have this on there. But I've got the Stridor's good guy here. This is Fisto. We're going to go ahead and slide him in here. Let's see how he fits down in there. It takes a little bit to adjust these guys' legs. I noticed some people's a little bit harder and stuff to push up there, but if you just kind of slowly rock them back and forth, I see that they kind of sit a little better. Now, between the Origins and the originals and the classics, it always seems like the riders were almost kind of standing up in them, and it's kind of the same with this Stridor as well. But he's got a big opening down here, so it kind of allows the figure to slide down there a little better. So we can see now that we got Fisto in there, getting ready to do some damage. Getting ready to go to war. The last little accessory it comes with, which is really cool, what they've been doing with this Origins lines with a lot of the vehicles in the Animals series here, is they're giving us accessories not only to display, but it kind of adds on here to the Castle Grayskull. Now this shows this on the box. It's kind of sliding when you open up your Castle Grayskull right here underneath the elevator here. It just kind of slides in. I was expecting it to kind of like pop in there and hold, but it really just kind of slides in there, which is good because it kind of extends your playset out. Now, personally, I think when a lot of kids are playing with it or when you're displaying it, it'll probably be better to take this and put this like on the outside, just because when you slide this thing in here, you don't have a lot of room. Now, for a figure to set up and stuff, it's perfect. You've got enough heights there. Of course, you'll have to take this little plastic piece here that they've given us with like most vehicles out, and that's just to display them. And of course with Stridor we could have him lifting up, and he's got a built-in piece underneath here where that goes into. It's kind of a little hexagon shape there, which makes for great posability. But I always think that's really cool how they've done that. I really hope that they keep doing that, so for those of us who are displaying our Castle Grayskulls, we can really extend that scene out with great pieces like this. But all in all, I'm super excited with this one. I love it. It's been a great piece to add to the collection. I hope with the little tease that they gave us here, maybe Night Stalker is on his way. I'm assuming he will, maybe this year or next year, kind of space some things out. But that is Stridor. Thank you guys so much. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this quick review of the Masters of the Universe Origins Stridor. Click right here to watch the next one. Click down below to see a video that we picked up just for you. And don't forget to click on that little ghost icon to subscribe. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.